Now, how would you describe your letter to the community? How would you describe this letter?
Well, I would describe.
What was your intent?
Well, my intent was to, first of all, garner support from the community. The issue of gangs is not unique to Norfolk. You know, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, we're 2 compared to Chicago, a city like that.
Much larger city, though.
Yes, it is a much larger city.
Proportionally, how are we?
I'll still hold fast at a 2. Okay, they have a huge gang problem where we have a problem right now that I sincerely believe if we take action, surgical action, we can greatly impact our gang problem. And we've already started that.
What surgical action do we need to take?
Well, I've said before, we have an idea where the gang members live. We have an idea who they are. And when they violate the law, we immediately go after them. In addition to that, if there's an active warrant on file for a gang member, we actually go after them right away.
You called it public safety cancer. Gangs, guns, drugs, and violence.
Right.
What do you want to say about that?
Well, what I want to say is, in the city...
It's a cancer.
I hear you, Andy. Yeah. In the city of Norfolk, okay, in our city, violent crime is driven by gangs, okay? We've had 21 homicides year to date. 14 of them involve gang members, okay? Gang members that knew each other, that were settling a beef over something that might have been said over social media, over a past grievance, something of that sort. We've been surgical in the sense that we've made 9 arrests in the last 4 or 5 months, ranging from robbery, homicide, etc., or violent crime. So in saying that, it's a public safety cancer. Most of our issues with respect to gang violence, okay, is driven by the gangs.
Do you think that the
Let me restate that. With respect to violent crime in the city.
Do you think that the gangs and the violence is based on rap music and rap videos?
I think that's a piece of it. Okay, that's certainly a piece of it. More importantly, though, that we are still dealing with social ills that have been impacted by these various communities for centuries, okay? Most of these kids, they don't have hope. You know, most of them drop out of school, not all of them, some of them, and they're living in conditions that, you know, they want to do better, but they can't do better, so they resort to what they know, what they see, and most of the time, it's violence.
I am always struck when I turn on the news in the morning and I hear that someone showed up at the hospital with a gunshot wound and they refused to cooperate with police.
Sure, sure.
Is that what we're talking about?
That does happen. Doesn't happen all the time.
It happens a lot.
Doesn't happen all the time, okay? We have folks that will talk to us. We have former gang members that will talk to us. We have community leaders that will talk to us. You know, one of the things I would like to see, based on your question, is the medical society get more involved in these issues. You know, they have a young man or a young woman, you know, in a captive audience. They've been injured. You know, create a critical response team to include social services. Give these young people opportunities while they're vulnerable, okay, to change their life. Because most of the time, this isn't the first time they've been shot, okay? So there's a unique opportunity for the hospital and others to get involved while these young men are a captive audience. The way I operate, Andy, is the police can't do this by themselves, okay? I'm always looking for actionable partnerships, and we can do that.